What's the topic? Is it AUBADE debriefing?
That's what I'm talking about, Willis.
Boston debriefing.
Yes,
Boston debriefing.
Okay.
Pepe Le Pew.
Larry, how was the crowd when you first entered?
Come on, man. It was lit. It was lit. Boston was like night and day. New York was cool because it was the lead off, but Boston, like night and day. It was off the chain.
My peep show
Nice.
out. My peep show out.
Hey, we're building momentum. We're here in Raleigh. I mean, I know we're talking about Boston. Raleigh's gonna show up and show out. But I'm feeling excited. Boston was amazing.
Nice.
The energy, the interaction, the engagement.
Harvard.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Harvard.
Yeah.
Yes, Harvard.
Yeah.
You went to Harvard. Is this even
How
real?
did you like the cold contest compared to New York?
It was like night and day. Once again, Boston showed up.
Yeah.
They showed up. They gave a lot more effort. They did a ton of research, ton of tailoring, customization.
I like the 4 years baseball part. 4 years in Maryland.
He did his research.
Yeah.
He's making me blush up there. But what were your thoughts? I mean, New York versus Boston.
No, I preferred like Boston. First, because when I told them that they were better than New York, they really enjoyed it. So I felt we had a connection. So I'm gonna try that trick in every single city. You're way better than New York, right? What's like the worst city like that people hate in the States? Is it like do everyone hate New York or? Because in France, everyone hates Paris, for example.
San
like
Francisco's high on that list. People hate San
Just for
Francisco.
you, 'cause we're smarter. Yeah.
I love San Francisco.
Shots fired.
No, I don't think there's one city that
Oh, really?
that's a bottom dweller. Now look at his face. Just
No. If you ask liberals, they'll tell you things like, something in the South,
Something
right?
in the South,
Some
yeah.
hillbilly town. But if you ask the
It
right
depends.
wing, the conservatives, they'll tell you San
San
Francisco, New York,
Yeah,
those
all
big
that.
cities where it's all Seattle, it's all gross, all those bums, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So it just depends on what
No,
political
but
eye.
I think you could say with integrity, hey, Raleigh's way better than New York and Boston, and then the next city, Nashville's way better than Raleigh and Boston and New York, and you never technically be lying.
Boston's the best, period.
All right.
Boston's just the best. Go
Go
Patriots.
Now you mentioned the cold call. I think the change in the format, where everyone got to hear you and you and you, led to an improvement in the cold calls. Because it's one of those things you're going to learn today,
Yeah.
and they
You
learn.
apply what you learn.
Exactly, and they did a good job of just doing it quick on their
Apply
feet.
what you learn.
I think that made a huge difference.
There
can see
was something interesting to me, and I don't know if y'all have ever experienced this, where something, and this has been, okay, so I started the concept of the tour back in 2019, and so it's 2022. It's taken 3 years, and last night, because of the format shift, I don't know if you've ever felt something click in place, and you have all the right pieces, they're out of order, and we've swapped and tried again, and let's do paint on the beginning, let's do paint on the end, no, let's put this person in, and last night just felt like it clicked for me, of like it was cohesive, because I think especially for sellers and SDRs, like the entire journey in terms of your career is going to come down to prospecting, it's going to come down to middle of the funnel, it's going to come down to discovery, it's going to come down to closing, it's going to come down to even how you take care of customers. And I felt like that arc, I think it's important to describe all three, and I feel like the arc for our journey during the actual session, to me it just felt like they were really cohesive together. So 3 years, and I felt like it finally, I don't know if you felt that relief of everything. You're like, I know that it's right, it's just not in the right order or something. So that was really cool. And I felt like the crowd could feel it, like there was a shift in the crowd for some reason. Like cold calls was better. So, and there were so many people taking notes. Like there was, I don't know if you noticed Nene, she's in the front row.
Oh yeah, she was writing feverishly.
Her history, she basically said like, hey, can I be in the pitch off? I was like, hey, Boston's packed, you want to go to Atlanta? And I started looking at her background. She's a former Olympian. Yeah, she ran track, and I pinged her back, and when I was looking at her during the Q&A, she's just, and this is the end of 3 hours of lecture, just aggressively taking notes. She's just going. Her and the girl next to her, and I was just like, y'all want to joke around?
It's a good movie title, ain't it?
Where's your moment? Go take your moment.
What? You're telling a story. We all laugh.
So point being, I feel
She's not
like
used to being funny.
I feel like, oh my God. So I feel like, okay, when I see that in someone, and she said like, hey, what can I do to be successful? And I was like, you will be. And she goes, well, I said, don't think that that's placating, but already like what I'm seeing you in the front row and just like taking notes. And I'm like, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know what your goal is, but I know just based on what I'm seeing right now that I'm like, you're going to get there. Like you're going to do what you have to do. You came to this event, you put yourself out there for a pitch off. She said she's brand new to tech, you know, and she's like, I just made the transition. And I was like, don't be scared or not. And just keep going. You'll figure out what's right. And I felt like that clicked in my head of like the whole tour. I'm like, just keep going. It will finally click in place at one point. And I felt like it all did for me last night. 3 years.
Nice.
Woo!
Yep.
So that's Boston recap AUBADE.
Okay.
Ready for tonight in Raleigh?
Hollywood.
Hollywood, that's all good.
Show. So excited for tonight. That's it.
Nice.